Hi Aries, welcome. So Aries, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages and then I'm going to go into the love you versus them reading. Feel free to flip forward to the you versus them if you're only interested in that part. But yes, let's go ahead and get started and see what we have coming in for you. I'm time stamping this November because that's when I'm recording it, but my readings are timeless, which means that whenever you find this, that's when it's meant for you. So Aries, wow, holy hectic energy. What a jump start to our week, right? I feel like everything is like fast forward right now. I felt like tension and stalls in the energy for the collective in general. But you may also be kind of feeling that a little bit. And you have the 12th house here though, which is all about surrender, acceptance, letting go of what you can't control. And I think that's like a very simplistic concept, but so much easier said than done. Let go of the things you can't control. But really, namely, the one thing, if you were to let go of anything, that would give you the most instant relief would be to let go of needing to control or even understand the behavior of others. Because you can't anyways. You cannot control other people's emotions, thoughts, and actions. You can only control your own, Aries, and sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes I feel like that's just like something that's frustrating you right now, and or feeling like somebody has the ability to impact or control your emotions and you don't like the power that gives them, or how disempowered it makes you feel, right? It's like all fun and games when we're when somebody's rubbing off on you energetically in a positive way, right? Like we all love to be affected by love and admiration and all that good stuff. But then when people push negative energy our way and we're affected by their judgment or their blame or their, perspective, feels quite different, right? All the more reason why you need to stand in your power. And the most powerful thing you can do for yourself if you're receiving, negativity, is to just solely focus on how you feel about yourself and take the other people or the other person out of the equation, Aries. So that's kind of the message I'm feeling coming through. And yeah, this should be interesting. So let's go ahead and see what we have. You have, this card also talks about releasing baggage, healing spiritually. It's about your development. It's about your growth as well as forgiveness, okay? So you have the card of awareness. Some of you are getting the big picture to something, and it's helping you to kind of release or let go or move away from a situation here. So let's see what else. I was just getting ready to say I noticed that there's a 5 here. And I was thinking like 555. I kept seeing that on the clock a few weeks ago. And for me, it always means change. It can also mean conflict. But there also is a change coming through here. And it's for the positive, right? It's paired with the card of ripeness, which is like a good change a-coming. Something coming to fruition that is positive in nature. So let's get into it and go further and see what else we have coming through for you, Aries. I also feel like a positive, I want to say bebopping. Does anybody say that anymore? Probably not. Like a positive bebopping along vibe coming through. So I don't think it's like all bad. It's not all tension. It's not all frustration. I feel like for the most part, you're maintaining your positivity in whatever you have going on, okay? But there is change here, so I felt that. And there is a stronger awareness of others or self or both. It's likely both, right? Sometimes we aren't aware of self until we get a certain reaction out of others. So here's the tricky thing, because I don't want to completely say, on one hand, I don't want you to use other people's opinions of you as the one and only tool you use on how you feel about yourself. Connect with self first, Ask your higher self how to feel about yourself. Your higher self's always going to see you through the eyes of love, understanding, you know, joy. You need to see yourself that way. And most people, just to be quite honest with you, are negative by nature. So even if their opinion is positive, it could change to negative tomorrow. You know, most of us in the collective don't have much control over our vibration. So we're up, we're down. People like you one day, they don't like you the next day. You know, even our parents, even our family, it's a variable. I mean, there's always love there, you know, at the end of the day, for the most part. But it's a variable, right? So if you walk around your whole life looking for that consistency in others to hold you in a high vibration, you are in for a major disappointment, because people are never going to shore you up like that. They can't even shore themselves up like that. You know what I mean? So it's like this fine line here between not allowing other people's thoughts and opinions and behaviors and actions to rule how you feel. You rule how you feel. But also, a lot of times the way that people respond and react to you does have to do with your vibrational set point. Meaning, you know, I just listened to a video about this morning. So if you're in an insecure place, whether you acknowledge that to others or not, if you're feeling insecure, you are likely to bring about defensiveness out of another person, right? Because the law of attraction matches like vibrations. So even though you may not be trying to give that off, the universe doesn't hear what you say. It hears what you mean. It hears the set point of your vibration, right? So in a way, you do evoke responses from other people that are a reflection of what you have going on, and does need some ownership around that. At the same time, it's like spirit wanting you to find a fine balance between those two concepts of, yes, people are responding and reacting to me, and I need to take ownership of that, because if I don't take ownership of that, I am disempowered. I have disempowered myself, because all the control I have is with my vibration, right? And then on the other hand, let it come, let it go. Don't let it stick to you. Don't let it stick like glue. Don't start basing your self-worth off of that one reaction or that one response, because people are fickle. You could get in contact with that same person the next day that gave you a negative response, and if you're in a high vibration, they may give you a positive response. Because we're fickle a lot of the time. We're up and down, right? So it's just, use it all as data. Use it as data and have fun with it and play with it a little bit. Play with your ability to control how you feel and watch how people and the universe responds to you based on your baseline mood. And you will see that there's a rhythm to this. There is a pattern to this. And then you'll be more in control of what you're receiving, because you're going to be more in control of what you're outputting. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a sweet spot. Woo! We're talking some truth today. Feel my preachy side coming out. I'm just kidding. Not here to preach to you. That's, sometimes the messages really come out like that. Intense. I don't know. All right, so lots of fire energy here. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 2 of Swords, Page of Wands. This is all about the future, moving towards the future, making plans for your future, and yet feeling a bit insecure. I bet. Did I say that like I was British? I bet I'm insecure. I'm not making fun of anybody with that accent. I didn't mean to say it like that. That's how it came out. A bit insecure. This is like doubt. This is insecurity. This is what I was talking about earlier. And I feel you overcoming it. You know, I feel like you being like, okay, all right, well, let me be the trailblazer that I am as a natural Aries and help and push myself past that fear. So let's see what else. 7 of Cups, Page of Cups, 10 of Wands, get on in there. What else? have 3 pages out here. Either children may be significant during this time frame, and or there might be a lot of like childlike behaviors or things that within yourself or others that may still need to be developed in a nice way. It's the nicest way I could put it. But yeah, sometimes this denotes like childishness, you know, not wanting to see the other person's point of view, not self-reflecting, reading too far into things, letting your insecurities get the best of you, being immature with how you express your emotions, you know, dipping back into like child's play. Be careful with that, Aries, because some of you want to fight fire with fire, and that's tempting, right? Especially as a fire sign, because you usually win that game. But there's times where you need to pull back on that and not let it get the best of you. But I feel if this isn't you, and it may not be, you could be dealing with someone that is quite childish. And if you were to give it your attention, it would highly burden you. So you have an option. You want to give that attention, you want to meet them where they're at, or you want to turn the other cheek, move in a different direction, you know, stay on what the path that feels best to you, because there's confusion here as well showing up, and a sense of heaviness. It's like some of you are also like in the space of like, should I take a chance on something? Well, if it feels heavy and it feels burdensome and it feels confusing, absolutely freaking not. I don't care if it's a relationship, a job, a move. You know, if it feels like that, that's a clear indication that you need to either postpone or wait until you're a little bit more clear in your energy before making any changes, before making any moves. Okay, because I get like, you know, not the whole story is here just yet, and there's a lot of this like skeptical energy showing up as well. But then there's the Ace of Swords. Hallelujah. Ooh, King of Swords, never mind. Oh my gosh, the 5 of Swords. Holy cannolis. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Well, sure. Why not? Knight of Swords. Okay. Shit ton, if I may say that, during a spiritual reading. And you know, the spirit don't judge, right? So I can say shit ton. This ain't a church. Sometimes that offends people, but it's like, I gotta use my own vernacular. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I get guided messages, but it's gotta come through this brain and how I speak, and that's how I speak. And I used to like kind of cover that up, but now I'm just like, whatever, it's me. Anyways, who cares? Holy schmoly. There is so much air energy here. There's air and fire. You know what happens when you mix air and fire? Combustion. There is like something ready to combust here, especially if you're dealing with an air sign, or you yourself have heavy air and fire in your chart, especially your 3 sun, moon, rising. So there's clarity coming in. There is clarity coming in. But sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes it's blunt. Sometimes it's harsh. Now this could be you being this way, Aries, or it could be someone you're dealing with that is going to be like that. And, you know, it's coming from the space of rejection, to be honest with you, or feelings of rejection, whether that's you or someone you're connecting with. And it just like stalls the energy. Now, this is interesting because I got this in the Aquarius reading. Some of you, all this that I'm feeling is unexpressed for the most part. Meaning this is something going on within you that may combust if you don't get ahead of it. And I felt that in the Aquarius reading. So it's like you have a choice. Some of you, it's like you're learning the truth about something or gaining clarity, and it's not, I mean, I can't even sugarcoat this. Like, they're giving me the song Stone Cold by Demi Lovato. Oh, it just makes you stone cold, you know, vicious, and or completely detached, completely shut down. You know, this is like, oh, ooh. But some of you are like, well, should I hold on this? Should I communicate this? Or should I keep it to myself and just cut someone off or not say anything or whatever? And I mean, that part's up to you, right? Like, Spirit is going to stand behind you no matter what. It loves you unconditionally, as well as your enemies. Keep that in mind. You're not the only person loved unconditionally on the planet. Every single person walking this planet has an inner being that loves them unconditionally as well. So while it's all right to have our feelings and emotions, you know, and to stand in our, you know, values and all of that, just don't get too caught up in thinking that you're the only right person, because Spirit sees everyone as right and loved. I don't know, that's hard for people to wrap their head around, because we as a society, we as our egos, we want to feel like there's a good guy and a bad guy, you know. And our movies perpetrate that, television perpetrates that, but no. In the higher spiritual picture, there's only good guys. And then sometimes there's good guys who disconnect and let momentum get them and may lead them towards bad things. But in Spirit's eyes, all good. All good. Energy, life, love flowing to all of us. And so a lot of times the enemy that we're really fighting is not even in the other person. It's the enemy that lives within. It's the part of ourselves that is not kind to ourselves, you know, or not kind to others, you know, or both. Because often you're not kind to another when you're not being kind to yourself. Like when you're hurt, take for example, equate it to a time where you really had your feelings hurt by someone. You were not thinking kindly about that person who hurt your feelings, because they hurt your feelings, and that's justifiable and that's understandable. However, the real reason you're hurting was not because of what that person said or did. The reason you're really hurting is because you're using that as your excuse to disconnect yourself from being the lover and the loving essence that you really are. And you're blaming them. You're saying, because you did this, I can't be happy and I can't be loved. But that person was never the decider of the love that flows to you naturally through your higher self. That nobody on this earth was born to be responsible for your complete and, you know, utter happiness, right? And you weren't born to be that for other people either. That's everybody's individual responsibility. And the more you understand that, the more you can let other people off the hook, but the more you can also let yourself off the hook. When others try to say, you didn't do this for me, or you didn't love me enough, you can say, well, I wasn't born with that as my sole job. But neither were you. You were not born to do that for me either. So, you know, like, I don't know why I'm going on. I hope it's like, if this is resonating with you, great, because this is what I feel called to talk about, and the cards reflect it, right? So I feel like all that to say, Aries, so many layers to this. So many layers to this situation, to whatever this is that you have going on. Lots to look at here, more than I could ever get into a 30-minute reading or an hour reading. Like layers upon layers about how you feel about yourself. And, you know, I guess there's like the self-awareness coming through, but it's for the purpose of positive change of self, right? Of being more aware of self so that you're able to stay in alignment more often, and therefore happy and loving more often, despite what another person says, does, or thinks. That's the power. So let's see what the guidance is, and then we're going to go into the love reading. It says, I am vibrational being, vibrationally emanating desires. You live in a vibrational universe that is managed by the law of attraction. The law of attraction is bringing vibrations that are alike together. And so it is important for you to acknowledge that you are vibrational beings, constantly emanating vibrational signals of desire. And when from your human form, you offer a vibration of what you want because you know what you don't want, so you know what you do want, you cannot contemplate any subject without equal components of wanted and unwanted appearing in your manifestation. So, wow, Aries, very interesting energy here and messages. So I'm really excited to go to the love reading. Now we're going to go ahead and jump to you versus them. I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. So now we're going to go into the love reading, Aries, and see what we have coming through for you. It's so funny that this card is the first card out because it talks about square challenges and tensions. And I just finished the spiritual part of your reading, and woo, that was a doozy, right? So I guess not surprised, but surprised at the same time. This card talks about just struggling, you know, needing to work things out within yourself or possibly within this connection. But yeah, it's a motivating energy, right? So it's motivating you towards some sort of change on an internal basis. So let's see what else we have for my Aries. You have the Lovers, and that's so funny because before I saw that card, I got Paula Abdul like randomly in my head, and it was the song The Way That You Love Me. It's just the way that you love me, baby. I got any 80s babies in here? All right, and then this person has the card of maturity and awareness. So you may have felt feel a very strong connection with this person. They're going through some maturation process through life experience that is increasing their self-awareness, awareness of self, which is also what I talked about in the spiritual reading. So let's see what else we have in the recent past. Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, oh my gosh, the Five of Swords again. It's been a process, right? It's been a process of like figuring yourself out and knowing what the right ingredients are to get what you want out of this person or out of connections in general. I feel like there was something here that, you know, you were holding on to where you almost kind of built a wall around yourself, and this may have been, you know, out of a situation that caused distrust, you know, which is a natural response to when you leave a situation where someone broke your trust, or maybe you did that to another person. It kind of builds this wall of, well, most people think they're doing it for protection, but it's really out of fear of being hurt again, fear of being vulnerable. Defensiveness is nothing but a fear response, you know, and once you recognize that, then it's easier to kind of soothe yourself about it, or to understand another why they may be behaving that way. So let's see what else we have coming in for this person, or person you're connecting with, recent past. It's the way that you love me, baby. Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Lovers, and the Four of Cups. So I feel like this person has spent quite a bit of time thinking about the connection, maybe even fantasizing about the connection, and yet maybe so much so that they were ignoring some red flags or ignoring something else. Intuition is specifically what I heard. When it came to other things, when it came to you possibly, I just feel like, you know, when like you just obsessively sit and think about something, I feel like that's what this person was doing, like just almost obsessing over the fantasy, right? Or a memory or something, I feel, between the two of you. but just replaying it over and over and over to the point where it's like they couldn't see anything other than the fantasy, and there was a whole lot missing. Okay, so, or you couldn't, could be vice versa. Let's go into perception in the now and how you see each other. How does Aries see this person? You have the Star. The Seven of Pentacles. The Chariot. So, Aries, when it comes to this person, I feel deep feelings here, you know, or like this intuitive pull towards the connection. Definitely cause for self-reflection, you know. Some of you may have invested time or energy into this because maybe it felt like wish fulfillment, a dream come true. Some of you, you know, yeah, you see this person as someone you want to invest in, your wish come true. You want to see things move forward. You feel deeply. They make you think deeper about self, about life, and it's intriguing, you know. And again, because this could be general, could be vice versa, it could be how they see you, but take it as it resonates. Let's see, what's their perspective? The Sun, the Page of Cups, the Hierophant. So it's all good so far. The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you made this person happy. You also, you know, they see you as open-minded, or at least open to the connection, or at least they were. Like, I feel like this person feels drawn to you, to your essence, to your spirit. They may feel like, you know, this is something that is on their path, or you're on the same path as them. Definitely something that they prayed for as well, and worth working on, worth thinking about, worth putting the time and energy into. So I actually see a lot of positive energy, which is interesting considering the spiritual reading I had. So there could be like two very different things going on in your life right now. One that's going very, very well, or maybe even two different like situations or connections. And then one that is really challenging, or maybe you're leaving a challenging one and going into a better one. I'm not sure. Life is complex, right? Take it as it resonates. Let's see how you're feeling underneath it all, Aries. Ten of Cups, Two of Cups, Eight of Wands. So I feel, wow, like some of you are in love, or you really just feel so good. Just like in general maybe, but you've got the soulmate card here, and freaking Cupid's arrow, for God's sake. Some of you feel like you got hit by Cupid's arrow. You know, and this may be after a period where there was some pretty harsh karmic lessons, or things that felt up in the air. Maybe you're going back and forth. Some of you, you've got one, more than one, like, okay, just to break it down for you, some of you, the person or whoever it was irritating you in the spiritual reading is a different person than this one. So you could have somebody irritating you right now, and you could also have somebody you feel very connected with. Or one's from the past, one's coming in the future, one's in the present. Take it as it resonates. I feel this is a different energy, completely different person than I was picking up in the spiritual reading. Just take note. All right, so yeah, I just love struck. Even if you've been with this person for a long time, maybe you're just getting a whiff of the love bug. You know what I mean? That happens in long-term connections. You have to continually renew that. But for some of you, yeah, it's like Eight of Swords. Let's see how this person feels. How do they feel? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna keep this one. Oh, all of them, really. So they also have the Two of Cups. You know, this person restricts themselves a little bit more than you do, and or there's a lot of like worry for some reason around this. but they do feel very strong connection, very solid in their worth, or also in the worth of the connection. They want to have fun, they want to be playful, and yet they want stability at the same time. It's like this person really craves, I guess, a bit of both, you know, stability, but also somebody that's fun, and yet they stress a little bit more over this, and they do feel soulmate connection or strong connection. So let's see where this is headed. Where is this headed for Aries? Let's get a snapshot. Of course, you have free will, so you could change the outcome. King of Wands, Eight of Swords. I'm like throwing my cards around. Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Now, some of you, especially if you've been an Aries that's either back and forth or leaving a situation, you've been independent for a while, some of you are like, is this worth leaving the satisfaction of being independent? And yet you feel a strong connection anyways. And so that's what you're weighing out. For those of you who didn't have that situation, it's just a sense of like pride getting in the way a little bit. It's just not necessarily a bad thing unless it turns into ego. So be careful with that, because I did feel the energy a lot intense in your spiritual reading. But I feel like this contemplation either way about like, well, what would satisfy me? Which is a good thing to ask yourself. Would this feel good to me? Does this feel good to me? Does this connection make me feel like the Nine of Cups? You know, some of you love the feeling of being adored or adoration or giving that. You know, so there's an appeal here. But again, somebody's ego may be getting in the way, and it could be this person's, as they're showing up twice with the Eight of Swords. But it could also be yours, but that's the primary blockage. So let's see. That darn ego. Ay, ay, ay. Now I am getting a little bit of an essence of what I picked up in the spiritual reading, so... If this is resonating with the same person, I would say they might be bipolar, or they're up and down, which is actually what the Aries reading was about. Night and day. It's vicious sometimes and delicious other times. That's good. I'm gonna coin that. Did you hear that? I just thought about that. I can't remember what I said. Vicious sometimes and delicious other times. Vicious and delicious. I don't know. I'm just trying to lighten the mood here. Anyways. Alright, this person has the Wheel of Fortune. Are these upside down or what? Ooh, the devil. The Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, King of Wands, and the World card. So I got the term walking on sunshine. Actually, the song Walking on Sunshine. It could be for you or them, but it came out when their cards were coming out. So, I mean, kind of. Not really. I feel like this person is having, yeah, maybe they do feel like they're walking on sunshine. They've got good luck coming through, or some good news, or something, like feeling favored almost by the universe. Good fortune coming through for this person. And I actually kind of feel like they're not used to that. They're not always used to being fortuned or favored or whatever. So it's kind of like throwing them through a loop. You know, and what a weird thing, you know, what a weird way to feel. Almost like, you know, good things happen to other people, but not me. Like they may have that type of mindset, you know, but good things happen to all those who believe that good things happen. Just a matter of attraction. Remember that, all good things happen to all people who genuinely believe that good things happen. because you get what you believe, and a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. So, this person has a self-limiting belief, by the way. So anyways, but still on top of the world, okay? I actually feel like this person overcoming that. I feel like they're feeling more powerful. They get in their own way though. Like sometimes this person's ego definitely gets in their own way, and I felt that before. But I actually feel like this is what they're gaining self-awareness around through this interaction or through this experience, and it's helping to mature them. Yeah. And I also have 2 cards of obsession or fixation here. So this person may have obsessive tendencies. Meaning like they may just obsess over things in their mind, think, or they might easily fixate on partners. That could be something they struggle with as well. And I also got temptation, which is interesting. Now that could go for both, but take it as it resonates. But there is growth here, there is development, and there's a maturation process they're going through that's making them more self-aware. So let's see what the guidance card is for this connection. I only need 1 card. My true success is measured by my alignment. Alignment with Source, being inside your vortex of creation, becoming one with the true expanded version of you, is the ultimate selfishness. And yes, in that state of alignment, all good things must come to you. Every rocket of desire that you have launched will be fulfilled. True success is not the attainment of things, the achievement of tasks, or the achievement of financial abundance. True success is the coming into alignment with you. Yes, selfishly aligning with your desires, your clarity, your confidence, your knowledge, your love with yourself. Wow. So if you're wanting balance and success within life in general or within this connection, then get aligned to self first. Get to feeling good about self with yourself first, and then. So, wow, interesting and intense reading today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or having your own charts. I felt Aquarius vibes, but I have Aquarius out. A Capricorn, Leo. It could be another Aries. Pisces, Taurus, Leo again, Gemini. Gemini again. Virgo, Pisces, Cancer. Gemini again. Taurus again, Sagittarius. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing. To take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I have a video on my Facebook where I went live on Halloween with my mom. We were all dressed up in our Halloween costumes, and my boyfriend was there. We dressed as Morticia and Gomez. And he surprised me and asked me, Miriam, so I'm engaged. Yay. But you can check that video out. I have it pinned at the top of my page in case you missed it. My reaction was friggin' priceless. It's all the way towards the end of the video. But it's at Facebook. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my social media platforms, but also linked below. Also in the About section, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate, you can do so there. Otherwise, wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.